Schettler. Good evening, class of 2017. And everyone else here. People have said the key to a good speech is brevity. But people have also said that socks don't go well with sandals. And after 4 years here, I would be foolish not to disregard both. But this speech need be no longer than a sentence. Live your life and live it well. A wise man once told me, titrations build character. In layman's terms, a titration is a method of adding a known concentration of one substance to an unknown concentration of another substance. But that's just science mumbo-jumbo. Typically, an indicator will turn the solution slightly pink when the reaction is complete. The problem is, one drop can make or break the experiment. It's like the evil Louisiana hot sauce. I did one such experiment last year in AP Chemistry. And I stayed in that class until 6 o'clock at night. Now, don't worry, I wasn't against my own will. I could have left and finished another day, but I wanted to be done with that and live my life. The wise man who told me that was Mr. Cameron. For those of you who didn't know him, he was and is one of the most prolific people alive today. What he said is true. Titrations do build character, but it doesn't end with titrations. Everything in this world affects you, but the truly difficult things form you. Moreover, you have to work hard to get where you want to be in life. Everything was meant to be a way station for something greater, so don't settle and allow your life to stagnate. Thankfully, very few things actually require talent, so never let that be an excuse. Except, perhaps, if your dream is to get a 100 on a Miss Miranda paper. In which case, I have no advice. For everything else, hard work is what separates the prolific from the pitiful. And thankfully, hard work is freely accessible to all those who seek it. Many of you have asked what my secret is. It's just hard work. That's all. It's available to all of you. Whatever your titrations may be, let them mold your humanity. Live your life and live it well. But in antithesis to my last point, and I am allowed to contradict myself a little, there is such a thing as trying too hard. Our society encourages perfection, getting ahead, being the best, but that's not always a good thing. By all means, never diminish the importance of hard work, or else my first section of the speech was meaningless. But also don't sacrifice your integrity for overachievement. There's extreme value in relaxing and resting. Work hard for the things you want, but never, ever pursue things that other people want you to want. There is a difference. As a personal anecdote, I am a perfectionist. Surprise. It may have been useful in some ways, but at great personal cost. The problem with trying too hard is that it's not in our DNA to achieve perfection. Reach for perfection with the hopes of achieving excellence, but understand that perfection is outside the capabilities of our species. I truly believe you will find more happiness that way. And in the same way, never be afraid of reaching for something you want to do because of fear. The only thing to fear in this world is fear itself if you're FDR, and for everyone else, it's death. And depending on your worldview or religion of choice, even death isn't something to fear. So never let someone tell you you can't do something. If there's nothing to fear, then go out and do it. Of course, SpongeBob SquarePants famously said, "You don't need a license to drive a Patty." Live your life and live it well. Finally, I wish to share William Ernest Henley's Invictus, a poem that puts everything so beautifully, because sometimes the works of artists in the past can put it so much better than we can. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. For those of us who hate poetry, it shares a simple message. Live your life and live it well. To the teachers, your work is appreciated beyond expression of words. No amount of speeches, thank yous, or gift cards could ever come close to communicating how influential and meaningful a part you've played in our lives. And though I thank all teachers, I would be amiss not to thank a special few. And graduates, you should probably do so afterwards as well. I thank Mr. Spadafino for showing me the joys of teaching, Mr. Murphy for my love of English and never accepting truths, Mrs. Miranda for challenging me and for 51% of everything. She understands that. And Mr. Kammerer for showing me how to be the best person I could possibly be. Thank you to all of you. And of course, I thank my friends and family. They've been unyielding in love, and it's now, close to leaving for college, that you start to realize you can't always appreciate things until they're gone. So appreciate them now. Graduates, class of 2017, stare into the eyes of challenge with a smug grin. You are limited only by the unlimited bounds of your imaginations, the insatiable depths of your souls. Live in the now, and the future and past will take care of themselves. And lastly, make yourselves proud. Do what you wish to do in life. I have been honored to be a part of your lives, and that's not just something I write in a speech to sound good. It's something I mean. You've all touched me in a unique and special way, and I will forever love being called your classmate, valedictorian, and friend. I love every one of you and will be rooting for you. I always have been. Live your life and live it well, and as the great Michael Scott once said, may your hats fly as high as your dreams. Congratulations, class of 2017. Let's go graduate.